This is a documentary on making my own remote controlled plane using foam boards as well as my own transmitters. So first I ordered some foam boards which cost $20 each. And I have these trifold foam boards which is not very good for making the plane because it is not used in the document, but at least it's a challenge for me. So let's start making this plane. So I first cut off a portion of this foam board for the wings. It wasn't a very clean cut and I did make some few mistakes, like wrong size and unnecessary cuts, so I had to tape them up. And because this is a trifold foam board, I had to tape up a huge portion of it, soon to be glued up. This footage is just me testing out the flaps, see if it works, messing around with it.
This one's actually better. I don't know why this one was straight. Hey, Mr. Harrison.
Now it's time for the part that took me 1 week to do, which is peeling the paper off the foam board. As you can see in this footage, it is quite painful to do because the paper easily rips off. Some of the paper did easily come off, which I don't want them to, and I don't have my hot glue gun yet, so to temporarily fix it, I use tape. And this footage is me cutting another portion off the foam board to make another wing. And this cut is cleaner, improving from the last time I cut my first one. This is like an explanation of why my paper has been peeling off.
Doing this for me. I realized there's one big flaw about using foam board is that if I put too much pressure, the paper itself falls off pretty easily. I figured this out throughout building my plane because every time I accidentally hit my plane slightly a bit, a corner of the paper falls off, and I have to hot glue them.
Done with all that peeling stuff, but it's all in vain when this huge accident happened. So yeah, my wings broke when I was bending it into shape, so I had to make another one. And I got some other pictures to show what I had to do to make it work. You also might need to pause the video so you can see what I'm trying to say. So while making the fuselage, the main big problem was that the main part of the body always seemed off. Even though the document says my measurements are right, it would not fit with the rest of the parts I got. So I kept adjusting until it fit right, and I just went with it. Most of the parts in the slideshow is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm just going to talk over it. Now, the biggest time-consuming part about making this plane is literally designing and creating the body of the plane itself, not even like the coding or the assembling the electronics, because I have to design it so it can work, right? It cannot be unbalanced, it cannot be broken, and it should resist most winds and then these forces that when it lands, so it wouldn't break down and wear itself out. Now, making the elevator was actually one of the other hardest things to do because the document never gave me an angle to base off, so I had to make my own. Just eye to eye from document to my plane itself. It took me a while, but I got it right. Using a bunch of lines, my rulers, and even a protractor, if you can believe that. I cannot exaggerate this enough, but don't throw away your excess material or cutaways. You might still need them. Even if they're small or broken, they may come in handy. There's also one other thing I want to say is to make sure you're always careful no matter what, because if you let yourself slip for 1 second, something unfortunate will happen, and if you're not on guard, then something might break. So yeah, I only got about 85% done within the 4 months, which is insane for me since this is my first time taking on a big project, learning about planes and transmitters independently for the first time. I'm glad that I took this level to feel what it's like to work like an engineer, and well, it's time for me to finish it.